If you're looking to buy a stacked NBA 2K account with max badges and more, visit sportstnb.com. He has been in the community for years and has hundreds of reviews. Click the first link in the description to get your account today.
Pull up, we bustin', not for discussion. We play with drums like shit is percussion. Stay with a hammer like this is construction. Drink too much Henny, might shoot up.
What's good, YouTube man? It's Clutch. We back with another video. Today's video at the top 3 best small forward builds as of patch 14 in NBA 2K20. Now I do want to apologize. I know it's been pretty long since I've uploaded a video, 2 weeks to be exact. I do want to apologize for that. But I did promise you guys the top 3 best small forward builds, so here it is. I'm going to have timestamps in the comment section below. The pinned comment is going to be timestamps for all 3 builds, so find whatever build you want. Make sure you guys do like that comment. One last thing, make sure you guys do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, because these videos do take a long time to make. I'm making this sort of content for you guys, man, so if you can show your appreciation by hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, it would really mean a lot. But now we're gonna get straight into the first build of this video, which is going to be a facilitating finisher. Make sure you guys do make this build a small forward, and so other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now moving on to skill breakdown of this build, man, we are going to be picking the finishing and playmaking pie chart, so make sure you guys do pick this. Moving on to physical profile, personally I would either recommend you pick either all agility or agility and vertical. With this build I feel like you can get away with just all agility, so this is what I'm recommending you pick personally. Now moving on to that, just make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum bet as possible. Max out close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, and standing dunk. Just put this to a 44 to get 16 finishing badges. Moving on to shooting, max out every single shooting stat just like this, which will give you 13 shooting badges. Moving on to playmaking, max out pass accuracy, max out your ball handle and your post moves. Put this to an 81 so you get 20 playmaking badges. Now moving on to defense, max out perimeter, lateral, steal. The defensive rebounding, put this to a 78, which is just 1 point off of the max, and put these 11 upgrades on your block. Now you can put this either on your interior defense or your block, whatever one you think is better. I just decided to put it on block, which will give you 5 defensive rebounding badges. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 16 finishing, 13 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 5 defensive rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 54 badges for this facilitating finisher build. Very solid amount of badges. On the offensive end, you're pretty much really covered. You got really good finishing, decent shooting, you got pretty good playmaking, and you got decent defense. Now I know there's a facilitating finisher that gets 61 badges. Yeah, that build's gonna be better offensively, but that build only has 1 defensive badge, so I decided to sacrifice some badges on finishing, shooting, and stuff like that so I can have better defense. Trust me, having better defense will make the build that much better. Moving on to size, stamina, and body shape does not matter. Personally, I'm gonna just pick burly. It doesn't matter whatsoever what you pick though, it's just personal preference. Moving on to the height with this build, I'm gonna recommend you make the build 6'7". Now the reason why I'm gonna have you guys make the build 6'7" is so you get an 85 driving dunk off rip. If you guys don't know, you need at least an 85 driving dunk to get the pro, elite, and small contact dunks off rip. You got that off rip, so you'll be able to unlock the contact dunks as soon as you make the player, so it's really nice. Make sure you guys do make the build 6'7". Moving on to the weight of this build, honestly you could go low on the weight if you want some better acceleration, better vertical, lateral quickness. I think personally though, I think I'm gonna just leave the weight at what it was. I think it was at 218 pounds, just so you have some good strength so you can finish contact dunks. I'm gonna just leave the weight at 218 pounds. Moving on to the wingspan of this build. Now you could go the lowest wingspan if you want to. Just keep in mind it will change your name to a slashing playmaker, not a facilitating finisher. If you want that facilitating finisher name, make sure you guys do put your wingspan at 80.9 inches. The reason why, as soon as your ball handle touches an 80, it's gonna change your name to a slashing playmaker, so I would recommend you put your wingspan to this just so you get some better shooting. You still get a little bit of a boost to your ball handling. This build will be able to speed boost if you pick the playmaker or slasher takeover. Keep that in mind. I'm recommending you put your wingspan to this. Moving on to takeover this build, man. Now like I just explained, you want a speed boost, you have to pick either playmaker or slasher. Now slasher, you do unlock 3 contact dunks, so honestly I feel like slasher is going to be the best option. Now if you really want a playmaker, go ahead, it's not a bad option either, but I'm gonna recommend you pick slasher. I feel like it's gonna make the build that much more overpowered. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a facilitating finisher similar to DeMar DeRozan, Latrell Sprewell, and Kawhi Leonard. Some pretty good comparisons right there. Now we're gonna get straight into the best badges for this build, man. Like I do in every single of my videos, I'm gonna show you guys the best badges in my opinion. Let's put this to 99 overall real quick. We're not gonna waste any time here. Now you have 16 finishing badges. Like I said, you're gonna unlock 3 contact dunks off rip. You definitely want contact finisher, fancy footwork, slithery finisher as well. Now you have 4 upgrades left. There are a couple good badges you could throw on. Now Giant Slayer, it is a good badge. You are only 6'7". This badge will activate against anybody that's taller than you, 6'8" or taller. taller. It works best against defenders that are 5 inches taller than you. So I mean, this badge will work best against defenders that are 7 foot and taller. So I mean, you could throw the badge on if you really want to. I think I'm gonna throw on Silver Relentless Finisher. Now you could go Hall of Fame with this badge. That's actually a really good badge. I think I'm gonna just do Silver. Now Lob City Finisher is also another good badge if your teammates are gonna be throwing you alley-oops. It's gonna help out a lot. If you want the badge on, throw it on, but I think I'm gonna throw on Consistent Finisher on Silver. This is what I'm recommending you do for finishing badges. Moving on to shooting badges build, when you have 13 shooting badges, you definitely want Quick Draw for this build. Definitely want Gold Range Extender, Hot Zone Hunter. Now Green Machine and Deadeye, I do want these badges, so I think I'm gonna do Silver Green Machine and Silver Deadeye just so you get a pretty balanced combination. Moving on to playmaking badges build, when you have 20 playmaking badges, you definitely want Handles for Days, Quick First Step, Space Creator. Now Unpluckable, you could go up Silver on this badge. It doesn't really have to be Gold or Hall of Fame. Now Gold, you could put on Gold like I said, but I'm gonna do Silver. 6 upgrades left. Silver Bailout is another good badge. Now if you want Floor General or Dimer to help your teammates out a lot, go ahead and put these badges on. They're actually really good badges. Now if you want Ankle Breaker, especially if you pick the Playmaker Takeover, having Ankle Breaker on Hall of Fame, man, you're gonna break so many ankles. It's gonna make the build that much more fun to play with. You could throw the badge on. Like I said, there's plenty of good badges you can throw on. I think I'm gonna throw on Floor General. Moving on to defensive badges build, we have 5 defensive badges, not the most in the world, but we can still work with that. Now Clamps, I feel like this badge has to be on Gold. This is one of the most important defensive badges for a guard. The reason why I'm saying you're a guard is if you're playing twos, you're most likely to be using this build as the point guard, so that's why I'm saying guard. 2 upgrades left. I feel like you gotta have Chase Down Artist on every single build, but I kind of want Silver Intimidator. It's kind of hard. I do want Chase Down Artist. I love having Chase Down Artist, but Intimidator is a very overpowered badge, so I think I'm gonna throw this badge on Silver. Or something else you could even do is maybe do Silver Intimidator, Silver Clamps, and Bronze Chase Down Artist. That is also a pretty balanced combination. Actually thinking about it, you know, I think I'm gonna just do this just because it's way more balanced than Gold Clamps and just Silver Intimidator. So yeah, but that's build number 1, man. Let's get straight to the second build of this video. Alright y'all, moving on to build number 2, we got the pass first swing. Make sure you guys do make this build a small forward, and this other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man. We are going to be picking the defense and playmaking pie chart. Make sure you guys do pick this. Moving on to physical profile with this build, man. I feel like this type of build, you do need a good balance of strength, speed, and vertical. So I'm recommending you pick the balanced pie chart right here. Like I said in every single of my videos, go ahead and pick something else. Moving on to the action plan, make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum badge as possible. Close shot, you're going to put this to 76. Your driving layup, you are going to max this out to a 77. Max out driving dunk, standing dunk, put this to a 53 just like that. Now moving on to shooting, max out your mid-range shot. Put your 3-point shot to a 64, which is just 1 point off of max. And max out your free throw and your post fade so you get 10 shooting badges. Now moving on to playmaking, max out pass accuracy, ball handle, and post moves. You're going to want to put this to a 52 so you get 15 playmaking badges. And moving on to defense, so you're going to max out these first 4 stats: interior, perimeter, lateral, steal, and the block. Put this to a 79 as well so you get 14 defensive rebounding badges. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 8 finishing, 10 shooting, 15 playmaking, and 14 defensive rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 47 badges for this pass first wing build. Now you guys can see this build's pretty much good in every single stat. It will be able to speed boost. You can get contact dunks with this build. You can shoot pretty good. And your defense is really good. You got pretty much max defensive stats. Unfortunately, we did not upgrade rebounding on this build. Now if you want rebounding, go ahead and compromise on standing dunk, post moves, like playmaking. One of the stats that you don't really care about, if you really want rebounding, go ahead. This is just how I decided to make the build. I feel like it's the best way how to make it. Move on to stars demand, body shit does not matter. I'm gonna just pick Burley. That's how I like my player to look. Moving on to the height of this build, you want to make the build 6'7". The reason for this, you're gonna be able to speed boost with slasher, playmaker takeover, and you have an 82 driving dunk. You guys should know already, it's August. When you have an 85 driving dunk, you'll be able to unlock the pro, elite, and small contact dunks. Actually, at 84 overall, you get the pro contact dunks, but at 85, you get the elite and small contact dunk. So that's an 85 driving dunk and 84 for pro. Keep that in mind. I don't recommend you make the build 6'7". Moving on to weightless build, I feel like this build has to have a little bit of weight, so I'm gonna put it to 230 pounds because I don't want to take too much of a hit on my physical stats, but I do want a little bit boost to my strength and interior defense. Moving on to wingspan build, I'm recommending minimize it just down 1 inch so you get a 76 ball handle. If you guys did not know, when you pick the playmaker or slasher takeover, it gives you a plus 10 to your ball handle. 76 plus 10, that will be a 86 ball handle. If you guys did not know, you need 86 ball handling to speed boost, so keep that in mind. You pick playmaker / takeover, you will be able to speed boost with this build. And if you guys did not know, when you hit 99 overall, you get a +4 to all your attributes, so you're going to have an 80 ball handle at 99 overall, plus the +10 from slasher, playmaker, takeover. That's going to be a 90 ball handling with takeover. Absolutely insane. I'm gonna recommend you put your wingspan to this. Moving on to takeover's build, man, like I just explained, you want to speed boost, you have to pick either playmaker or slasher. Lockdown take doesn't give you enough boost to be able to speed boost, so you have to pick either playmaker or slasher. I feel like this build could be better to pick slasher because you're getting contact dunks. And you guys can see, here's the build. Yeah, I built a pass first wing similar to Latrell Sprewell, Jimmy Butler, and Kawhi Leonard. Pretty good comparisons right there. Now we're to move on to the badges like I do in every single one of my videos. We're going to get straight into it. Let's not waste any time here. Put this to 99 overall real quick, just like that. Now you guys can see 8 finishing badges, 82 driving dunk. Like I said, at 97 overall, you will be able to unlock the pro contact dunks. At 98 overall, you'll get the elite and small contact dunks. So I would recommend, I'm going to do contact finisher, fancy fork, slithery finisher. Now these last 2 upgrades, these were 2 badges I was debating on, Giant Slayer or Lob City Finisher. I feel like people will throw you alley-oops with this build, so honestly, yeah, I think I'm going to throw on Lob City Finisher. If you want some other badges, change the badges up. Moving on to shooting badges build, when you have 10 shooting badges, you need gold quick draw, gold range extender, gold hot zone hunter. Now you have 1 badge left. You could either do Deadeye or Green Machine. Those are the ones I feel like you should consider. I'm just do Green Machine. Moving on to playmaking badges build, when you have 15 playmaking badges, you can speed boost, so keep that in mind. Handles for days, quick first step, space creator. I think I'm gonna throw this badge on silver. You could do Hall of Fame or gold. That's what I'm gonna do personally. Definitely want unpluckable badge. I think I'm gonna do silver. You can do gold. Like I said, change it up. 3 upgrades left. Now if you want forward general, Dimer, Lob City, go ahead and do that. It's up to you, or even ankle breaker. I think I'm gonna just do bailout on gold. It's gonna be a very nice badge. Moving on to defensive badges build, you have 14 defensive rebound badges. You definitely want your Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame intimidator, and pick dodger. You don't really need this badge, but yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on this badge. Chase down artist, you definitely want that badge. You have pretty much a max block, so might as well take advantage of that. Rim protector, like I said, you have pretty much a max block, so take advantage of that. And you can do gold. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do gold for that. 2 upgrades left. We didn't upgrade rebounding, but if you want to have rebound chaser, it's going to help you grab some rebounds here and there. It's better than having nothing. So if you want to have the badge on, go ahead. I personally am going to pass on the badge. Like I said, if you want it, go ahead. I'm going to do interceptor. We have a max steal. Might as well take advantage of that. But that's build number 2, man. Let's get straight to the final build of this video. Oh yeah, we got the final build of the video. It's going to be the slashing playmaker. Make sure you guys make it a small forward. Other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Moving on to skill breakdowns, this build, man, I'm recommending you pick the all playmaking pie chart. It's going to be a very nice pie chart. Make sure you guys do pick it. Moving on to physical profile of this build, man, you can either pick all agility or the agility and vertical. It's completely up to you. Personally, I think I'm gonna recommend you pick all agility. Move on to the attribute, make sure you guys do it just like this, so you get the maximum bad as possible. So max out your first 3 stats just like that, and your standing dunk, put this up to a 41, which will allow you to get 9 finishing badges. Moving on to shooting, max out mid-range, 3-point, free throw, and post fade. Put this to, I think, 2 points off of the max, actually just 1 point off of the max, so you get 15 shooting badges. Moving on to playmaking, put your pass accuracy to a 92, just like that, and max out your ball handling just like that. Moving on to defense, max out perimeter, lateral, steal. Put your interior defense to a 53, max out your defensive rebounding, and put your block to a 42, so you get 6 defensive rebounding badges. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 9 finishing, 15 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 6 defensive rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 52 badges for the slashing playmaker build. Now this is a really nice build. You got pretty good finishing stats, good shooting stats, good playmaking, and good defense. You guys see on the interior defense and the block, I decided to split it evenly here. I gave it both, so I had 24 upgrades total, so I decided to do 12 for the block and 12 for the interior just to balance it out, so you got good interior and good block. Move on to source demand, body shape does not matter. I'm gonna just pick Burley. It doesn't affect anything whatsoever. That's just how I like my player looking. Moving on to the height with this build, I'm recommending you make the build 6'7". Now you can make the build 6'8", 6'9", but I feel like it's not really worth it because look how much of a hit you take on your ball handle when you make the build 6'8". A -5 for just an inch, it's really not worth it in my opinion. So I'm recommending you make the build 6'7". Moving on to the weightless build, I'm recommending minimize your weight all the way down to get better lateral quickness, better acceleration and better vertical. Moving on to the wingspan of this build, I'm recommending minimize your wingspan, not all the way down, but just 1 inch below, all the way down. Now the reason why I'm not having you go all the way down is take a look. You're not gaining anything for going the lowest. You're actually, the only thing that's happening when you go lowest is you're losing -1 block. As you guys can see, you're not gaining nothing at all. So there's really no point of going 79 inches. You're better off going 80 inches just like that. And you have an 86 ball handle. You will be able to speed boost off rip with this build. Keep that in mind. Moving on to takeovers build, man. Now you can pick any takeover. I'm gonna let you guys decide, but I feel like for this build, I'm gonna recommend you pick playmaker. Now, if you want slasher, you will be able to get some contact dunks in takeover mode, but like I said, I'm just recommending you pick playmaker. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a slashing playmaker similar to Jalen Rose, DeMar DeRozan, and Gordon Hayward. Now we're gonna get straight into the best badges for this build, like I do in every single one of my videos. We're gonna get straight into it. We're not gonna waste any time here. Put this to 99 overall real quick, just like that. Now you have 9 finishing badges. Unfortunately, no contact dunk animations with this build, so keep that in mind. I'm recommending throwing silver contact finisher. Fancy fork, I feel like this badge has to be gold. Hop steps are so overpowered in this game. Giant Slayer, you could throw this badge on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw this badge on silver, and I'm gonna do silver slither finisher. Moving on to shooting badges build, when you have 15 shooting badges, you definitely want your quick draw on gold, wrong badge. Quick draw on gold, range extender, hot soul hunter, green machine, and you can either do difficult shots or deadeye. I'm personally just going to do deadeye. Moving on to playmaking badges build, you have 22 playmaking badges, more than enough. You definitely want handles for days, quick first step, space creator, pluckable. I think I'm gonna do this badge on silver. Yeah, I'm gonna do silver for this badge. Now I think I'm gonna do either Hall of Fame dimer or floor general, whatever badge you want personally, or even ankle breaker. We did pick the all playmaking pie chart. You do have pretty good ball handling, and if you pick playmaker takeover, hey, having Hall of Fame ankle breaker will be very nice. So if you want to have the badge on, go ahead. I'm recommending throwing Hall of Fame floor general. It's gonna be a very nice badge for your teammates. Bailout is another good badge as well. I think I'm gonna do silver bailout and silver ankle breaker. Now, like I said, if you want Hall of Fame ankle breaker to be breaking a lot of ankles with playmaker takeover, go ahead and do that. But this is what I'm gonna do personally. It's just personal preference. Moving on to defensive badges build. You have 6 defensive badges. You definitely want your clamps on gold. Actually, I think I'm gonna do gold, silver intimidator, and bronze chase down artist. This is what I'm recommending you do personally, but like I said in every single of my videos, you can change the badges up, do whatever you want to do. But that's pretty much it, man. That's the top 3 best small 4 builds as a patch 14 in NBA 2K20. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, man, make sure you guys do the like button, subscribe. Now let me just state this real quick. I know there's been a lot of people asking me, Clutch, why haven't you been uploading? I know it's been 26 days since I last uploaded a video. Pretty much, man, I just been very busy. I just haven't had very much time to make videos, and it's August. I mean, let's be honest, the game's pretty much dead by now. 2K21 is coming out next month. I really haven't had much time, and I've just been taking a little break away from YouTube. I just want to apologize for that for the people that look forward to seeing my videos every day. I do want to apologize for that. I'm going to try to post pretty consistently on 2K21. I'm going to try my best for the new 2K to drop these build videos for you guys. But I still do appreciate the supporters that have been checking up on me. This is my very first video of August, which is pretty sad to say. I usually upload very consistently. You guys know that have been here since the beginning of this year. But it's alright, man. 2K21, I'm going to try to correct it. I'm going to start grinding again, 2K21. But that's pretty much it, man. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Until next time, clutch out.
I'm feeling your energy, and shorty, man, she really into me. I got lots of enemies, and they wanna act like they friends with me.